Howdy folks, there's a rare disease out there, and no, it's not COVID, but its symptom is that you start collecting wooden pencils. One of the other symptoms too is that you start watching really boring and inane pencil review videos, and you also watch videos on pencil acquisitions. I think unfortunately I'm coming down with the disease, and I bought a bunch of pencils at the local thrift store, so I was going to go over what I got and go from there. So if you're not interested in pencils, you better just go ahead and click off this video, because you're going to be bored mindless. So anyways, let me bring the camera in and we'll take a closer look. I went ahead and emptied out the bag and sorted everything out to save some time. But first I'll go over this other thing that I bought. It's a package of high polymer eraser caps. So they're just like those older rubber ones that you stick on the end of your pencil when the eraser wears out. But these are actually polymer, so I'm hoping that they're a step above the old rubber ones. The rubber ones would always crack and come off right there at the ferrule, so I'm hoping these might be a little bit stronger and stay on better. So I'll be interested in giving those a try. But everything that was in the bag is out here, and there were two plastic rulers and a plastic protractor. I don't know if I need any of that. There's a novelty pencil. I'm not sure how you use that eraser. That'd be a little difficult. There's also an advertising pencil for a medical organization. But after that, they seem to be all kind of branded sort of pencils. And here, at least I think they are. Here are three pencils that I'm not sure if they're branded or if that's a slogan. They're marked B Sharp. And actually I see embossing, at least on two of them, that they're made in China. The middle one actually has a little different color to it. And I could see that as kind of a pencil brand or model. B Sharp would be appropriate. But I could also see that as being a slogan to maybe give the school kids to say, hey, excel in your studies and be sharp, or also play on words on keeping your pencil sharp all at the same time. But apparently at least two of them are cheap Chinese pencils, so nothing exciting there. This one is marked Enre, E-N-R-E, and I think there's an accent over the last E, number 2 HB. And oh yeah, I do see a China stamp on the bottom here, so just another cheap Chinese pencil. Okay, this red one is actually the ubiquitous Verithin pencil, which has been around for years. And it's also the most common color, that carmine red. It's a little different than the one that I have, though. I have one in my collection that's older. It's Eagle branded Verithin, and it's still the carmine red, but it has the Eagle logo. And it doesn't have the eraser either. And the model number is 745, while this newer pencil is 2745, which I think indicates that it does have the eraser. It's not marked anywhere that it's erasable, but it must be. And the barrel name is a newer brand, so this is a newer pencil, but it's not the latest either, because the Verithin brand is actually marketed by Newell Brands, and they decided to put it under their Prismacolor line. So it's called Prismacolor Verithin if you buy them nowadays. And I'm not sure if they still make the one with the eraser on it or not. But this will be good for my collection. It's a little different variation than what I have. Alright, next we go into some yellow pencils. These are Sanford brand. And there's no Sanford brand writing pencils anymore. There are some art pencils, but these are the writing brand. The writing pencils are now marketed under the Papermate brands. And it's marked Eagle, so I don't know if this refers back to the old Eagle brand or not, or if it's just their Eagle model. But it's USA HB number 2, so a little bit of an older pencil, still made in the USA versus the Papermate pencils, which are now made in Mexico. So it's good to have some older USA-made pencils. And this is another Sanford brand, but it's the Murado pencil. And the Murado is an old name. It goes back for years, and there's many iterations of it. This one's actually made or marketed under the Sanford brand. Nowadays, as I mentioned, it's marketed under the Papermate brand, Murado, still with the Murado name. But they're no longer made in the USA, they're made in Mexico. So I'm happy to have an older Murado pencil that's still made in the USA. Now these next 5 all seem to be kind of similar in a number of different ways here. They're all this kind of, I call it kind of a dirty yellow, beige, more of a beige yellow color. They all have the similar ferrule, the silver unpainted ferrule. Actually, the bottom 4 here have the Sanford branding, but 3 of them have the American model pencil marked on it. The upper one is actually an American, has the American name on it, but it has the brand Faber-Castell, so I have a feeling this is an older pencil that got rebranded under the Sanford name, and is no longer, and the Sanford is no longer made either. But the Faber-Castell, I see it has some embossing that it is USA bonded, and here it says HB, so it's number 2 HB, USA made, and of course these are marked USA too. So these are a bit higher quality USA made pencils. So here is the well-known Ticonderoga pencil that has been made for years and years and is kind of an icon. Here's 2 of them that I have, and they have a different font to them. And actually now I see that they have a little different color too. But the ones that I've already had have, like I said, have a different font, and these are now made in China. So I really don't want to have anything made in China. So it's really nice to have this one. It has the number 1388-2, which the others don't. And I'm pretty sure this is a USA-made pencil before it got shipped out to China. So I'm really glad to have a USA Ticonderoga. Alright, from here we have some natural unpainted pencils. Once again, Sanford brand, American Naturals. So basically I think it's the same as this pencil. It's got the similar ferrule, similar layout as far as the font and everything. And it's labeled American also, but it says natural. So I think it's the same version of that pencil, but unpainted. And last but not least is this package of pencils, and there's actually one extra here too. And they're Rose Art. And whenever I think of Rose Art, I think of very cheap kind of children's art supplies. Cheap crayons, markers, things like that. I went through and tried to find some information online and couldn't really find any. But looking at the package, these seem to be more of a quality pencil. They're actually made out of cedar. They're actually made in the USA. And there's some more propaganda about them, but they seem to be pretty nice. I actually went ahead and sharpened this, and it sharpened really nice. I did write with it, and it was a very nice writing pencil, so I think these are a quality pencil. I couldn't find a lot of information on this pencil, but there was one that was very similar, called, made by Rose Art, branded prominently USA Gold. There were a couple differences. One was the branding, made it apparent that it was made in USA, and the gold, I think, was trying to convey a sense of that this was a premium product. And the second change was, I think they got away from the cedar and they went to I think they called it a quality wood, whatever that is. And like I said, I'm guessing that this is an early iteration, but that's only a guess. And it seemed to work, because they still make the pencil today. Actually, it's not under the Rose Art brand. They got bought out by a company called Mega Brands. So you can buy a pencil that says megabrand.com, USA Gold, and it's, like I said, it's similar to this, but it might not be cedar, and the branding is a little bit different. So anyways, I'm glad to have the package of these. I'll put them to good use. Well, that's about it. If you're still awake, you must really be a pencil fan. Otherwise, you'll wake up at some point. Thank you for watching the video, and happy pencil collecting to you.